Hello, I am Mattersalan here for Crash Course World News, and today we will be talking about space. The space race was a key aspect of the Cold War. It was a show of technological superiority between NASA of the USA and OKB-1 of the USSR. The space race began in 1957 when the USSR launched Sputnik 1, a surveillance satellite. Sputnik 1 was the first man-made satellite put into orbit around the Earth. Its launch shocked the world and sparked a statement by John F. Kennedy that the USA would put a man on the moon within 10 years. This act started the space race. We will begin with the Soviet Union. When it came to the space race, the USSR did a lot of things first. The Vostok program put Yuri Gagarin, first man in space, into orbit aboard Vostok 1. The main lunar program of the USSR, though, was appropriately named Luna. Luna 2 was the first vessel to impact the moon. And yes, that does mean that the vessel was created in order to smash into the moon at high speeds. Luna 3 did a flyby of the moon and took the first picture of the dark side of the moon. Luna 9 was the first unmanned vessel to have a soft landing on the moon, and it landed and all parts were intact. And Luna 10 was the first vessel to ever orbit the moon. After the launch of Sputnik 1, the United States decided that they also wanted to participate in the extraterrestrial adventures. They caught up, and they caught up fast. The Explorer program was put into place as a response to the Sputnik 1, and Explorer 1 was put into low Earth orbit only 2 months after Sputnik 1 was launched. Surveyor 1 was a lunar soft lander probe NASA launched to collect data on the moon for the manned Apollo projects. The Apollo program is the most important of the USA's space programs during the space race, and it is probably the most famous. Apollo 6 as the first Apollo vessel to use Saturn V orbital launcher, a launcher so proficient that it was used in every single Apollo launch after Apollo 6. Apollo 7 was the first manned mission to space from NASA. Then came Apollo 11, launching in 1969. Apollo 11 was the first to put man on the moon. It's time for the open letter. But first, let's see what's in the secret compartment. Hello, secret compartment. Oh, look, 3D printed objects, just like the kind we're printing on the International Space Station. The open letter goes to Michael Collins. Thank you for making Apollo 11 a reality. Your time alone on the ship while Buzz and Neil got all the attention was crucial to the success of the moon landing. Although many will not remember you, we certainly will. After Apollo 11, the space race was considered over and won by the United States of America. But the project still continued. Apollo 12 had the first precise landing on the moon, and it brought back parts from the Surveyor 3 probe. Apollo 13, though, was a disaster. This is where the famous line, "Houston, we have a problem," came from. And for that, we'll go to our thought bubble. Apollo 13 was the third manned mission to the moon. The craft was en route to the moon when an oxygen tank exploded, leaving the service module of the ship crippled. The command module depended upon the service module, and this disaster made it necessary for the crew to use their fuel meant for landing on the moon to change their trajectory. The new trajectory meant that they would slingshot around the moon and head straight back towards Earth's atmosphere. After many days spent orbiting with little supplies and a buildup of carbon dioxide, the crew was returned safely to Earth on April 17, 1970. So that will end our talk on the space race. Thank you for tuning in, and see you till next time.